Protein. What matters? Protein is a big part of our diet, but what matters about it, really? In this video, we'll discuss protein requirements, timing, and distribution, as well as other things like food sources and supplements. We will also have a look at how it affects muscle mass and whether or not there's a difference in dietary sources like meat, dairy, and plant-based proteins. So, without further ado, let's get to it by answering the most basic question: what is protein? Well, protein is one of the three main macronutrients we get from food, and it provides 4 calories per gram. Proteins in food are basically amino acids bonded together. When we eat food, our digestive system breaks down the bonds between those proteins and uses the amino acids for a variety of functions, as well as recovery, growth, and repair of tissues, enzymes, and hormones. There are 20 amino acids that proteins provide, 9 of which are essential. Essential simply means that the body needs them for optimal functioning and recovery, but cannot produce them on its own. Subpar quantities and quality of protein may lead to side effects such as 1. Exhaustion. 2. Suboptimal recovery. 3. Worsened hormonal functioning. 4. Lower cognitive performance. So this brings us to the question: how much is enough? And, well, the answer varies as we all have our individual requirements, but generally speaking, the amount varies between 0.7 and 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you don't really train much and are moderately active, 0.7 grams will do the job. But if you train intensely, regularly, and want to improve your body composition, you should lean more towards the 1 gram mark. Once you have the amount down, you have to figure out the distribution of your daily protein throughout the day. Think of it this way: your body is recovering all the time, so if you provide that protein gradually throughout the entire day, recovery will be optimal. This means that if you have 150 grams of protein for the day and consume 4 meals per day, that would be around 37 grams of protein per meal. In general, this seems to be optimal for the goals of building muscle mass as well as maintaining it throughout a weight loss period. Another common question about protein is, does protein timing matter? And well, studies have suggested that protein timing around training may influence the anabolic, constructive processes of the body positively. Science suggests that active trainees can consume a high-protein meal 2 hours before a workout and within 2 hours after a workout to optimize the anabolic response of the body. Now the question is, can you gain muscle with just 2 protein feedings per day, not timed to your workouts? Why, yes, of course. However, it will likely be at a suboptimal rate. Nevertheless, these are secondary considerations, as the most important factor is total daily protein intake. Last but not least, you have to choose the sources of your protein. Generally speaking, animal foods have the highest quality, most bioavailable protein because they have all essential amino acids as well as quality animal fat. If you are an omnivore, base your protein intake primarily on 1. Grass-fed beef, 2. Eggs. 3. Pasture-raised chicken. 4. Pasture-raised pork. 5. Fish. 6. Dairy. On the other hand, as a plant-based individual, you should consider the fact that plants generally lack one or more essential amino acids, meaning they are suboptimal sources of protein as opposed to animal products. Nevertheless, plant-based trainees can enjoy the benefits of good recovery by mixing various plant sources of protein, such as 1. Rice. 2. Beans. 3. Lentils. 4. Tofu. Or, alternatively, some of the protein can be derived from the complete protein supplements for vegetarians and vegans. Alright, so to summarize this, the single most important thing about your protein intake is the total daily amount. From then on, you can consider 1. Distributing the protein evenly across the entire day. 2. Timing 2 protein feedings to your workouts by adding 1 high-protein meal 2 hours before the workout and 1 within 2 hours after. 3. Last but not least, you should mainly rely on animal proteins derived from well-fed animals or mix different plants if you are plant-based.